You're welcome to solve this nice algebra problem, which is x to the power of a half plus x to the power of 1 over 3. This is equal to 12. So what is the value of x? Now let's provide a solution from here. Now we can let x be equal to m to the power of 6. So this means that we have x to the power of a half plus x to the power of 1 over 3. This is equal to 12. Now let's substitute x with m to the power of 6 so that we have m to the power of 6 raised to the power of a half, then plus m to the power of 6 raised to the power of 1 over 3. This is equal to 12. Now m to the power of 6 to the power of a half, this is in the form of a to the power of n raised to the power of m, which can be expressed as a to the power of n multiplied by m. Applying this exponent property, then we have m to the power of 6 times a half, then plus m to the power of 6 multiplied by 1 over 3. This is equal to 12. Now, let's simplify here. 6 divided by 2, this is 3. So we have m to the power of 3, then plus 6 divided by 3, this is 2. So this is m squared. This is equal to 12. Now, we have m to the power of 3 plus m squared. This is equal to 12, which is the same thing as 8 plus 4. Now, let's take 8 plus 4 on the left-hand side so that we have m to the power of 3 plus m to the power of 2. Subtract 8, subtract 4. This is equal to 0. So we have m to the power of 3 plus m to the power of 2. Subtract 8, which is 2 to the power of 3. Subtract 4, which is 2 to the power of 2. This is equal to 0. So this is m to the power of 3. Subtract 2 to the power of 3 plus m to the power of 2 minus 2 to the power of 2. This is equal to 0. Now, we have got two parts here. The first part here, this is the difference of two cubes expressed as a to the power of 3 minus b to the power of 3. And the second part here, this is the difference of two perfect squares expressed as a squared minus b squared. Now we have that a to the power of 3 minus b to the power of 3. This can be expressed as a minus b. Into the parentheses, this is a to the power of 2 plus a times b, then plus b to the power of 2. Applying this identity, then m to the power of 3 minus 2 to the power of 3. This can be expressed as m minus 2. This is m squared plus 3 times m, then plus 3 squared, which is 9. Let's call this equation 1. And then we have that a squared minus b squared. This can be expressed as a plus b. A subtract b, whereby we have m to the power of 2 minus 2 to the power of 2, which we can express as m plus 2 multiplied by m minus 2. Let's call this equation 2. So let's combine equation 1 and equation 2 so that we have m minus 2. This is m to the power of 2 plus 3m plus 9, then plus m plus 2 multiplied by m subtract 2. This is equal to 0. So we have that m minus 2 is common here, so we can express this as m subtract 2. Into the parentheses, this is m to the power of 2 plus 3m plus 9, then plus m plus 2. Cross the parentheses, this is equal to 0. So we have m minus 2 And then here we have m to the power of 2 plus 3m plus m. This is 4m, then plus 9 plus 2, and this is equal to 11. Close the parenthesis. This is equal to 0. Now, we have got two parts here. The first part is m, subtract 2, this is equal to 0. The second part here is m to the power of 2 plus 4m plus 11, this is equal to 0. From the first part here, we have that m is equal to 2. Now, if we check the second part here, this is a quadratic equation where we have a is equal to 1, b is equal to 4, and c is equal to 11. Now, let's assess the nature of the root of this quadratic equation. Let's assess the nature of the root by determining the discriminant value, which is b squared minus 4ac. Let's substitute the values of a, b, and c here so that we have 4 squared minus 4 times a, which is 1, then times c, which is 11. So we have 4 squared, this is equal to 16. Subtract 4 times 11, this is actually equal to 44. So we have 16 minus 44, and this is actually equal to minus 28, which is less than 0. And in this case, we have two, that is, these are two complex roots. These are two complex roots. And in other ones, it means that this quadratic equation will not give us a real solution. So from the quadratic equation, there will be no real solution here. And therefore, the quadratic equation here is rejected. The quadratic equation is rejected. So let's focus on m, which is actually equal to 2. Now, since we have m is equal to 2, and if you recall, we assume that let x be equal to m to the power of 6. So let's substitute m so that x will be equal to 2 to the power of 6. And 2 to the power of 6, this is equal to 64. We have x is equal to 64. And if you recall, we have the equation as x to the power of a half plus x to the power of 1 over 3. This is supposed to give us a value of 12. So let's verify that this value of x satisfies the equation. So we have 64 raised to the power of a half, then plus 64 raised to the power of 1 over 3. This is supposed to give us a value of 12. Now, this means that 64 to the power of a half, this is the same thing as the square root of 64, plus 64 to the power of 1 over 3, this is the cube root of 64. This should give us a value of 12. So the square root of 64, this is the same thing as 8 plus the cube root of 64, which is 4. This is supposed to give us a value of 12. So 8 plus 4, this is 12, which is equal to 12. So this implies that the left hand side is equal to the right hand side. And this implies that the value of x here, which essentially is equal to 64, satisfies the equation. So kindly follow the steps, like this video, and kindly subscribe. Like this video and kindly subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye bye for now.